Good morning. How are you today?
Uprooted artist with some rants, some poetry. We talk about real life matters. We rant about some things that don't matter. The artist, uprooted artist, creativity has no limitation. We're grounded, we're rooted, uprooted, uplifted. Uprooted Artists podcast. We talk to other artists and other people. Let's bring them all in. Let's hear and share. We laugh, we cry, we sing and we dance.
The artists. Good morning to the artists. How are you today? Uprooted artists, uplifting the nation. Let's create a art vibration. Bring all of us together and create art and fun. The whole world is your palette. All you need to do is see or feel or touch or imagine what it would be like if we'll all sit together and have a coffee and drink and sing and dance like we're free. I just want to bring all people together. Let's draw a picture. Let's sing with laughter. Let's sip on wine. Let's sip on coffee. Let's drink some water in the hot heat of summer. No matter what they say, our mind wants to draw. Even if you think we're not an artist, you are. Don't worry about that, we're not trying to be famous. We're just trying to have some fun right now. In this present moment, we're going to work together in nice, peaceful, calm and harmony. When we draw, the picture on the paper doesn't have a race or gender. Do you know why? Because the art speaks for itself. It doesn't say, I look like this, or I'm from here, or I do this because it has a voice. But let me tell you something. Different types of art can speak for who you are, and that is beautiful because that's all that who you are. That is your history. If you want to draw or write who you are, let's do it and tell the world that we're proud of who we are. I'm a third generation on one side, second generation on the other side, Jamaican woman living in Nottingham, and I'm born right here. But my parents and my grandparents are not from here. I was an immigrant. I was an immigrant one time in my life, and now I'm here. Born in City Hospital. I gave birth to my son in City Hospital. And both of my grandparents on one side, they passed away in City Hospital. So that hospital has brought life into the world and it's taken it out all at the same time. But guess what? That's my history. That's my story. That's my story. That's my she story. It's not his story because it belongs to me. And it belongs to other people. Let me do some art. Let me write it down. Let me plant some flowers. Let me seed it out. Let me bloom up the place and see what's that. Bloom. Beautiful pictures, colours of the rainbow all upon us. Flowers that used to grow. Flowers all over the place. My grandparents loved to grow their own flowers. That's on my mum's side. On my dad's side, the same. They love to grow flowers. They love to grow vegetables, and I'm all about that. Yeah. Alright, snap that. We're live right now on Uprooted Artist Podcast. I'm here today on a Saturday morning. It's so breezy out here in Nottingham. Absolutely beautiful. I don't mind it in the morning, but in the night time, you don't know where your stuff's gonna be flying. You don't know where it's gonna go. You don't know if it's still gonna be in your garden or if your neighbour's gonna be gifted a present. Because the wind was so violent last night. I wouldn't say it's as violent as it is in places that, you know, they have hurricanes and stuff, and they have, hurricanes and storms and that, but the wind was violent. I'm not gonna lie, it was violent. Okay, so what I am looking to do, I am actually gonna do it. I'm not looking to do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna buy some, what are them things called? I'm gonna buy some canvases today, and then next week I'm gonna buy some easels, or see if we can get some easels from somewhere. But we are going to we're going to do observational drawing on site. Yeah. And we're going to go out in Nottingham City Centre and draw what we see. We're going to draw the council house, we're going to draw Nottingham Castle and places like that. We're going to look for themes. We're going to look for old buildings that are still around. We're going to look for new architecture. We're going to create art with each other. I'm going to create a group. And I've dropped my candles for a bit to create something where I'm able to see people. I feel like no, I haven't got a downfall. But I love to see people. I love to be around people, and it gives me positivity and experiences and interaction with actual people. I miss that, you know. Being a freelance artist, it can be very hard, and if I'm not creating, I can go into a mode where I'm a hermit. I'm a really small hermit, and I'm stuck in myself, and I can't get out unless I go out and see people, and I have to warm up again and get to know people. So this art group that I'm creating is all about face-to-face interaction. We may have to do things on Zoom or Teams or one of them apps, but it is so important that we see people, that we can see people. And it's important for me as well to see people. If you're listening to this podcast like 10 years later, you will realise that the whole world went through something similar. It was called a pandemic, and it lasted for about 2 to 3 years. I think the third year was like the China get back to normal again, but it lasted for a while, and a lot of people, from the kids to the elderly, we were stuck inside. We were in a state of panic and not knowing what's happening. A lot of people lost their loved ones around that time because we weren't allowed to see them, and it created a lot of pain, upset, anger, anguish, and fear. It created all of that. So bringing art back into it, there's a lot of art spaces that I work with and I've worked with, and I want to get back to working with, where we create art for wellness and well-being. And it is so important that we're able to let ideas and creativity flow through your arms, flow through your body, go through your mind. Just get onto the paper. I'm not a fine artist, by all means I'm not, but I am the kind of artist that would like to experiment with different materials and stick things together, like collages, mixed media art, ink, paint, plaster, all sorts of stuff. So I'm bringing that up to the forefront of your creativity and showing you the possibilities that you have. And also to create a space where people are more supportive of each other, and we're just there to have fun. We're not there to compete with each other. We're there to express, explore, enjoy, have fun. Because what is life when we're all trying to be so serious all the time? I've realised that the serious mindset and not the mindset to live has taken over my life a bit. Nothing has been flowing. But you know, when you step back and you realise that if you're in the moment today, right now, right here, you may explore something about yourself that you would have explored before. So instead of being in your head, it's better to be in your body. Like being in your headspace, you know, can be like having a ball in a little tiny box room, but the ball is massive, and you're throwing it against the wall, and the ball is bouncing back and forth. But it's got nowhere to go but in that, between them four walls, you know. I want to create a space where there's no four walls and it's outdoorsy. It's more explorational. Let's say experimental. I always come up with different words, and it's okay because that's the word that I want to come up with. And you know, it's all about trying to be descriptive but not offensive. You can describe things. Like you can do poetry. We can do a walk around Nottingham and do poetry around the things that we've seen, or you know, write on observation, explore on observation, draw on observation. Check in with yourself and ask yourself, how do you feel right now? And be able to write down how you feel without feeling like you have to feel like someone else. Because sometimes you can get confused with life, and if someone's sad, it depends on the personality that you have, but if someone's sad, then you can become sad as well. You might be sad because the other person's sad, and it's all about, that's called absorbing other people's energies. And it's not a bad thing to do that, but if you do that all the time, then you really have to check in with yourself and see, I'm having a little rush, I'm going to shower in a bit. Not that you need to know my business, but I'm just splashing in the water, exfoliating my face, off the subject. But yeah, like being able to observe your own mind and not be too afraid of being creative. Because when you understand free creativity, not free, but I mean like freely, like you're allowing your mind to just play. You're allowing it to play. You're giving it a space to play. It's like a child stuck in the house all day. They get agitated and bored and upset and angry, but the minute you take them out the house, they're free to roam and play. Can play all day, you know. So that's the environment that I want to create for these groups. So one of the ideas is to do observational drawing, but I'd like to do one on a weekday for elderly people, another one for young mothers and fathers, another one for like a barbecue with people that want to draw and stuff. So different art paint parties, barbecue paint parties, spoken word parties. And now that the time is now, and even though I'm advertising creativity, sometimes my creativity gets blocked with doubt and fear. I have my own fear and my own doubt. I have it. It's, you can say it's normal. Yeah, it's normal. We're human. But once we're able to see it, analyze and feel it and understand, that's the times where we're able to expand and explore and grow and just do it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. What could go wrong? People don't turn up. But then I'll do it again and people turn up. Then one day people might not turn up, but if I keep the energy high and do exactly what I want to do and ask people for ask other people for the input, what they would like to do as well, we'll keep it going. I'm an urban artist and I want to create more art as well, like do more art stuff. Do more art stuff as well in the community and build. The candles, I love candles, so I might go back to it and just do a bit of candles now and again, who knows. But right now, I want to interact with real people. I want to know what's out there, I want to interact with people, I want to talk to people, I want to dance with people, I want to draw, I want to do poetry, I want to write, I want to laugh. It's really good for my own mental health as well. I miss people. I see people, but I don't intentionally go out to see people often. I'm not an intentional outgoing person because I'm intentionally outgoing, but if you've got an actual intention, an actual reason to go out and see people, it's even better. Things are even better then. I'm gonna do my nails in a bit. I keep saying that, but I'm gonna do it. I've got to go out today. So, what do you do for like creativity and relaxation? What do you do? I know not everybody's at art and not everybody's into art. Well, art is everywhere, literally. Like, your house was once drawn before it was created. It didn't just get built, it got created. It got planned. Everywhere, every little thing in your house, from the stairs to the taps, got created. It got positioned in your house in a way that makes sense. Your food, your burger, it might not have been created like that, but they have artists that put food together, that create food, that create new menus. So when you look at your burger or your chips, it's all art. It's all creative. When you look at the window, someone made that window with different types of materials, but one of the materials that they did make it with was sand. And sand is a natural material found in the ocean. It's a craft. It's a creative craft. We all have accessible access to these things. I'm also so much interested in arts for people that have a disability, a physical disability. There's also disabilities that you cannot see. Like disabilities are not visible. But people that have visual impairments and hearing impairments. I'm so interested in creating art that's just for them. Obviously other people as well, other people with disabilities, but like the blind and the deaf, I'm so interested in them. And how we can create spaces that they can be accessible to, that they can have access to, that they can be involved in. Things for them, and artists that are blind and artists that are deaf, visual and hearing impairment. So interesting. So for people to know that there are people out there that also love art. Good to have like a sensory space for artists. So a lot of my workshops may have a sensory aspect to it, like unless I do more exploring for artists, more exploring the whole topic of creating art that is more sensory, more accessible, and then create a piece or an exhibition somewhere. I think that would be amazing. I know that would be amazing. So yeah, I'll stop creating art for a while and to get back on it and create more art. Just do it. So with my garden and with the actual art group, which is going to start up soon, considering the wind, we'll have to look into that. I could just see people in town with their papers flying around and everyone screaming, trying to catch their paper. I'm one of those people. If I see a work flying around, I will try and catch it. I'm sorry. I will try and catch a work. I'll do whatever I can in my body to catch that piece of work for you. It looks so funny seeing people trying to catch paper. It looks so funny. But you don't know what's on that paper. You don't know how important that is. The wind just comes and takes it off you. It's like, fly away with me. Fly away with me. Come fly with me. Let's fly away. It's one of them ones. But yeah, so yeah, let's come back and let's talk about art again. Let's just be here, be creative. Let's be in our bodies. Let's talk. Let's be creative. Let's create art. Boom.
Uprooted artist with some rants, some poetry. We talk about real life matters. We rant about some things that don't matter. The artist, uprooted artist, creativity has no limitation. We're grounded, we're rooted, uprooted, uplifted. Uprooted Artists podcast. We talk to other artists and other people. Let's bring them all in. Let's hear and share. We laugh, we cry, we sing and we dance.